Arr. You probably won't even get why I'm doing that with this ridiculous pen that was bought from B&M back in October of 2023. Might have been 2022, I don't know. But the reason behind this pen, okay, is not because of my mate Megabeard, but because this is my 666th video, and why not celebrate that fact with all of you with 23 horror games. Okay, maybe a couple may not be considered horror, but the theme is effectively horror anyway. So I really wanted to do this video purely on the basis of thanking you for watching my videos. I mean, it's not common knowledge, but those that know me know that I don't do this for subscribers, I don't do this for likes, I certainly don't boast about anything that I have. It's just a case of, well, I have stuff, I have plenty of stuff, and I like to share that with people in a sometimes different way than other people do things. Although you're the viewer, you tell me. I mean, I know that some of my stuff is effectively, you know, like the pickup stuff. I don't do pickups anymore. Just everyone's doing pickups. I mean, you can only see too many pickups videos. But anyway, the background here, we've got War of the Worlds on the Xbox 360 arcade, which was delisted unfortunately. So if you want to play that game, you have to get a RGH Xbox, I believe, to play that game. Might be available on the PS3, but I'm not sure. But anyway, yes, so this is to thank you, really. 666 videos, some of which are a load of crap, but then it doesn't matter, does it? You get one view. If you get 1 million views, does it really matter? I don't know. That's all down to the individual who's making the videos, whether you want to have that kind of, you know, if you appreciate that. But I appreciate it anyway, because, you know, to a certain extent, because, well, maybe I should take my foot out of my mouth now and get on with the games. So there is actually more than 23 games here, and I say that because I am talking about some series, so therefore it's worth showing not just one of the games, but say, hey, look, this is the one that I prefer, and the rest are honourable mentions. So let's just get started, shall we? First one on the PlayStation Portable is Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins. I think this is a great game. This was, how do I say now? This, I think, was also released digitally on the Xbox and PlayStation stores as well. Is it the ultimate version of the game? I don't know. You tell me. I think this is a great game, nevertheless. Sorry for the really shitty box, but Ghostbusters on the Sega Mega Drive. Wow. Yeah, thanks to a bloke called Weird Wavy. He's wavy. He likes chips and gravy. He's a rapper or something. But I got this off him. Won't really go into that because not a good seller in my opinion. But I got it anyway. And I think for the time period of when it came out, it was, well, when was it now? This is on the back, I think. 1984. It was spooky. It probably scared a few kids. It's a horror game then, therefore, if it's scaring the kids. Is it scary? I don't know. Night Trap on the Mega CD. Well, this particular game obviously has an awful lot of history to it, due to the fact that, was it in Congress, they tried to ban it, saying that it was causing kids and people to murder other people and stuff, and it was abuse against women and that sort of thing. It's a horror game. It is a horror game. I'm going to say this as a series, okay? So, for those of you that are Sega Saturn fans, House of the Dead, okay? But honourable mentions being in the House of the Dead series will be House of the Dead Overkill on the Nintendo Wii, House of the Dead 2 on the Sega Dreamcast, and the recently, I say recent, well, a couple of years ago now, the House of the Dead remake. This one being available on Xbox, I think Switch and PC or Steam. I'm not going to go into the whole Steam, PS4, Xbox stuff. It's on other systems as well. Apparently they're actually doing a House of the Dead 2 remake as well. That should be pretty good, because there was no original source code left for the original House of the Dead. This was a ground up love letter or love remake, effectively. And I like the lenticular case on this one. It's quite nice. Spooky zombies. House of the Dead series been absolutely a staple of the on-rail shooter for a very long time. And as I said, you know, all these games are games that I personally love. There's a lot of other games out there, obviously, that I don't either own or don't own. So, like, for example, everyone knows that Aliens Colonial Marines is shit. But actually, you know what? It does have a certain edge to it. So, next one, The Darkness. What a great game this is, and what a great horror game it is. I think if you haven't heard of it or played it, this is definitely one to put on your list. It's available on other systems too. Zombie U, I think this is the Wii U's the best place to play this game, but it is available on other systems. But it just isn't the same without the pad, without the touchscreen. So I'm gonna put these down here because I've got a few, as I say, to get through. Here's a curveball for you. It's not necessarily a horror game, but it's got the word hell in it, and that's Hell's Kitchen, the game. And believe you me, it's pretty hell to play. So yeah, chuck that one on your list. Evil Dead Regeneration. This is fantastic. This is a great Xbox game. Again, available on other systems as well. I would highly recommend this. I would highly recommend it. Not necessarily cheap now, but definitely one that you really ought to put into your list if you have an Xbox. Master of Darkness on the Sega Master System. Well, this one obviously being effectively a clone of Castlevania, and a really good fucking attempt at that, I would definitely say. This is, again, is probably going to be out of a lot of people's price ranges, but if you can pick up, emulate it, you will find out actually how good this game is, and it really is Castlevania effectively. The Silent Hill series, who doesn't love that? Who doesn't know what's coming next? Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3 on the PlayStation 2, as you can see. There isn't much that's just to be said about these. Could you say they're in line with Resident Evil? I'd say so. But these two specific ones are probably the best Silent Hill games that are out there. Other people may disagree. I don't know. But check those out. The Manhunt games, Manhunt and Manhunt 2. Manhunt 2 obviously was very much cut back. Still a very graphic and disturbing game, but compared to what it originally was before it was released, this is an honourable mention over the original Manhunt, which in itself is more about that pig in it, that pig guy. Yeah, when you got to tap the wall and then stab him in the head, and he comes round after you. Dante's Inferno is definitely another one that I thoroughly enjoyed. It's a shame really, because the DLC for this is going to be gone very soon as well for the 360. I recommend you get this, not just for the DLC, but just so you can fully appreciate this game in its entirety. Never Dead. Well, I see a lot. I like this for the fact that you basically can just end up being your head and then rolling around the floor, but then you can get eaten by this monster, and it's really quite creepy. I mean, it's almost like a comedy horror really, but add this one to your list if you get the chance. I thoroughly enjoyed playing this one. It's a really good blast, but it's not for everyone. The Quarry, available also on other systems. Probably the best interactive horror game you're ever going to play. I really am not going to lie to you. This is a fantastic game. The graphics as well are fantastic in it. Highly underrated. I've going to have to go back to this game very soon, because it is effectively an interactive movie, but it's so good. It will keep you on the edge of your seat for quite some time, and after as well, if you're easily spooked. Right, so the Mortal Kombat series, which one is it for you? Is it Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate? Is it Mortal Kombat 1? Or is it Mortal Kombat XL? How many times are they going to reboot this fucking franchise anyway? For me personally, it's 11. It's 11. I haven't really enjoyed 1, but I have enjoyed it, but not as much as 11. You know, honourable mentions being Mortal Kombat 2 on the Mega Drive, or Super Nintendo actually. I won't mention the Sega Saturn Mortal Kombat 2. But equally, the original Mega Drive version with the cheat code. Down, up, left, left, A, right, down. Or is it A, B, A, C, A, B, B, whichever one it is for the blood code. I think it's A, B, A, C, A, B, B for the blood code. But yeah, Mortal Kombat, that series, you know, fucking hell. Gone are the days when you got 3 buttons and a fucking start button to pause the game. Do you know what I mean? Now you got 100 buttons and fucking things to control things. That's why they put the easy modes in for us old fogies that can't fucking do it. Can't do it anymore. Right, so I think the Dead Space series, okay? I'm going to have to go out on a limb on this one, okay? And my favourite Dead Space game is actually the most recent Dead Space remake. It just does it so well. But that ain't going to take nothing away from the original or the sequel. And the sequel isn't as scary. It's still good. And that fucking needle scene in that game, oh my god. Yeah, if you ain't seen it, I won't say any more about it. It's fucking nasty. But yes, the original Dead Space is the one that does it for me, and that's why that is in my top 23 horror games. So, next one up is Alan Wake Remastered. Why not? I've yet to play Alan Wake 2, purely on the basis that, is it Remedy? Yeah, Remedy won't fucking release a physical copy of it. I don't care if that disc is just a fucking license. I want a physical copy. So Remedy, if you watch this, which I don't think you will, but if you do, I'm one of them fucking loads of people that wants a physical copy, and then I'll buy it. It's no wonder your sales ain't fucking so good for Alan Wake 2, which is a real shame because it's such a good game, from what I understand. A little bit of an oddball, Aliens Fireteam Elite. I found the atmosphere in this game is quite good. Quite creepy. It's probably, yeah, I think I probably better bring this out with it because it's in the same universe as well. Aliens Fireteam Elite is pretty good, but it's only multiplayer with bots. But the winner of the Aliens series definitely has to be Aliens Isolation. Best version being on the last gen consoles such as PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. But man, the fucking atmosphere in that game. Oh, you have to get it. You have to get it. Next one, The Chant. Bit of a sleeper on this one. Not AAA, but it's definitely a good survival horror. It will certainly creep you out a little bit, and that's what you want from a horror game. It ain't going to blow you away, but this is quite cheap right now, I believe. So add that one to your list as well. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. Crypt Killer on the Sega Saturn. A decent enough light gun game, but the theme again is horror, and that's what this video is all about, horror games. The arcade cabinet version was obviously infinitely better than the Sega Saturn version. I believe this is on the PlayStation 1 as well, and I think it's on the 3DO, but correct me if I'm wrong. But this is it's not a bad light gun shooter, but again, it's a light gun shooter on rails, as virtually all light gun games were. So if you see this one, it's not overly expensive from what I understand, but could be wrong. I haven't checked for quite a while. Okay, so we're down to practically the last 2, but it's 3 games in this, okay? There isn't really an honourable mention. My favourite Resident Evil game is Resident Evil on Windows 95. Windows PC anyway. And yes, I still do play this on an old PC. And I think this is probably one of the best versions of Resident Evil, or the original iterations, the original releases. And I'm not going to deny it. I absolutely love this. Honourable mentions of Resident Evil games, I will say Resident Evil Village Gold Edition, which I've yet to get the DLC for Resident Evil Village to make it Gold Edition. But Village was fantastic. And the other 2 that I really liked, well, I love the remakes of 2 and 3. But for me, for more recent systems, I would say Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube. Absolutely. For me. I know there's other ones, but this one did it for me. And Resident Evil 4 Remake. Or Remaster, whatever you want to fucking call it. I'll never get them right. Absolutely worth your weight. Or worth their weight in gold. And it's got so much replayability. If you've got an Xbox or PS5 or whatever, and you've got a GameCube and you want to play this version or that version, well, just for the sake of having 2 discs in that, I'd go for that one. And obviously it's been brought bang up to date, so there you go. Resident Evil 4 is my penultimate choice of game. There's no number one here. The last one, it wouldn't be a horror video without it. Well, Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem on the GameCube. I've been playing this of late, and I have to admit, I have never really played it, ever. Had it in the past, didn't really play it. I've got to, forget where I am now. I'm in a house, and that's pretty much not going to give you any clues, but I got past. I played as a woman and the bits, and my head's falling off and all sorts of shit in there, and fucking the blue screen of death and all that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem is my last pick, really. I don't see any more sitting around here. Obviously, there are other games, but that's it from me for these, because this is, as I say, a thank you and a little tip, because it's 666 videos. So that's 23 plus the same series games, horror games that are my favourite games. What are yours? You tell me. Drop a comment below. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you've enjoyed me sharing what I've got there and my favourites. And I'll see you on the next one. Ciao for now.